Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here with week 2 of the NFL playoff picks. We're going to be going into the divisional rounds. We got two really good Saturday games. We got two really good Sunday games. This is just a well-balanced meal of football. I am really, really excited over this. I'm kind of looking at the board and the pick distributions for this week. Honestly, two games pretty lopsided. One of them is leaning one way, and one of them is just pretty much almost 50-50 up on the board. I've already talked about it a little bit at length. I made its own video talking about Baltimore against Buffalo. I'm really excited about that game. I really wish that the way the playoffs would have wound up is that they would have been seeded to play Kansas City one after the other. I really feel that like Kansas City is probably the best team in the playoffs right now, but I felt that if they would have had to play Baltimore and Buffalo, either combination back to back, that they would have lost the second game. Honestly, whatever team comes out of this to play against Kansas City, um, it's going to be one hell of a game. It's going to be a barn burner. Both of those teams come in with the guy that is kind of leading the race in the NFL MVP race for this year. I honestly don't understand. If I had a vote, I'd be voting for Saquon Barkley of the Philadelphia Eagles. He really had a career year, especially coming off of a team that really didn't think he had anything left in the tank. Didn't think he was worth even throwing an offer on the table to sign him. So there's a whole lot of stories going into this one. We're gonna start with the Saturday game, 1:30. Going to be kicking off. I think that game's going to be on CBS. We have Kansas City going up against Houston. Houston's got a good story. I mean, they got a really good team. They haven't really been able to put a team together that puts them over the hump. They're kind of just stuck, in this spot of like getting to the second round of the playoffs each and every year, and just never. I don't know. I really thought that this was going to be a year, that was a career year to take a step forward, and I don't know who to blame it on. I don't know if it is the fault of not getting enough weapons for CJ Stroud to throw the ball to and move it around. But CJ Stroud had a good year. He had a really good sophomore season in the NFL. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but everybody thought he was going to be like the next like Michael Jordan of football last year, treating him like he was like the next Greek god to come in the room. And Houston. They had a good team. They finished the year 10-7. Doesn't really blow you away, and doesn't really when you look at the teams that are left, the 8 teams left in the playoffs, they're kind of like in that number 8 spot. And when they were putting up teams with J.J. Watt, when they had Deshaun Watson, before all of his troubles really started, that's kind of like the same spot that they were in. They need to find something to get them over the top, whether if it's like they're already good defense, finding some way to improve it, to get one more big piece or something like that. I don't know. We're going to take Kansas City to win this game. Houston did as good as they could have, but like I said, I think they're just kind of stuck in this spot right now. Detroit going up against Washington. I'll tell you the truth. I'm rooting for Detroit to win this game. I'm picking Detroit to win this game, but I don't think anybody would be surprised if this is where Detroit fell off. Not saying that they're not able to handle this, not saying that there's anything wrong with this team. They really got their schedule of 15-2. They beat everybody. They went up against all the competition that they could. The two teams they lost to, Tampa Bay, as well as Buffalo, both playoff teams. And I really don't know. Dan Campbell, to me, is a really good coach, but at the same time, I think he could be the one piece that holds them back, just by his balls to the wall, like fourth down, who cares? He believes in his guys. He's going to go out there and get them. And if they let him down one time, I just wouldn't be surprised that that's just the one thing. Like I said, I'm rooting for Detroit. If anybody in the NFC to get to the Super Bowl, I want it to be Detroit, but at the same time, I'm picking them. But at the same time, if they pull up a flat tire and just something doesn't go right on a fourth down and they end up losing the game because it's close because of that, I would not be surprised one bit. We're going to flip over to Sunday. Sunday at noon, we're going to kick off with the Eagles going up against the Rams. That game honestly should be on Fox. Rams played one hell of a game on Monday. They jumped out right. They jumped on top of the Vikings to the point where I didn't even have to worry about flipping over from Monday Night Raw. I saw zero of the Monday Night Football game, and you just knew that they were in coast mode. I had it on my laptop sitting here, but I never even turned the sound on one time. They had one hell of a year because of the Niners playing in the West. I really hope that they're never in this spot ever again. I'm going to take the Eagles to beat the Rams, but the Rams getting to this point, you got to pat yourselves on the back. Biggest question about the Rams is where they're going to go from here. Are they going to believe in Matt Stafford to do it one more time? Or are they going to start shopping around looking for that next quarterback that's going to be coming through the weeds? Are they bringing in another free agent? Are they drafting one to try and start from scratch? We'll have to see. So it's the Eagles that take that one. And then we're going to finish it up with Baltimore versus Buffalo. The game being in Buffalo, the snow's already bad. It's already deep. They haven't started to clear it out yet. But at the same point, you're like, man, when are they going to start moving those trucks of snow out? When are they going to start asking for the volunteers to come in? It's going to be ugly there. For us sitting on our couches, especially out here in California where it's getting a little cooler, but it's still pretty freaking warm outside. We're going to be feeling bad for these people. This is going to be just football at its finest. I think the elements of snow and cold is just going to add to it. Both of these teams want it. It's just going to be a matter of who wants it more. I'm picking Baltimore to win this game. I just think that they have a better team. They haven't really, found a way to get stopped other than the games, and they just, I don't even know how to say it. They just haven't shown up. I mean, when Baltimore lost, they just found a new way to lose. They seemed like a better team than we're 12-5, but I don't know. I really want Buffalo to win it, and I just really question if they have the stars to be able to do it. Is Josh Allen going to be able to do this by putting the team on his back and getting there? And it's not like they're playing the Dolphins or something where the weather and the elements are going to be a big, pat themselves on the back, and it's like a huge advantage for them. Baltimore knows how to go to the snow and get it done. So I am really, really looking forward to that game. So all in all, we're going to take Kansas City. We're going to take Detroit. We're going to take the Eagles. We're going to take Baltimore. And I just noticed that I took 4 favorites. So, screw me. All right. See you guys later. Peace out.